Hello, hi, welcome to this video. I am Chandan Marana and today we are going to learn how to write a program in Selenium WebDriver. Today we will automate a web page using Selenium WebDriver and execute the program. So already in my previous video I set up Java, Eclipse and Selenium WebDriver and Chrome driver as our browser driver. So let's do the basic setup for our program. First we will find out a website to automate. There are many dummy websites to use. I have taken one of them. Let's check that. So go to any of the browser, just type automationpractice.com, click on enter. So this is the website that we need to automate. In this site you will find all kind of web elements which is used by other sites in real time. So we can say it covers almost all types of web elements for the beginners to learn. So what is web element then? So web element is an HTML element in a web page. Consider your username input box where you enter the username, then password input box, then submit or login button, checkbox, drop down box, etc. etc. All are web elements, or you can say HTML elements in the web page. If you are doing something on web page, means you are doing something with web elements. Okay. Then we need to work on these web elements now, and we'll write a program to automate our sign on page. So check what are we going to learn today. Click on sign in the top right corner, then go bit down, put the email address, any email address you can put, that should be in the format of @something.com, means something means some name.com. Then click on create an account. Then we'll fill all these details and click on register. Then it will show a successful registration page to us. So we'll automate up to this. So we'll start our automation to automate this sign in page. Click on sign on, then create an account, then we'll create an account for this web page. So without wasting much time, let's start our program. Go to Eclipse, click on file, then new Java project. We'll do Java project name automation practice. Then please check this one. If this should not be in check mode, this should be in uncheck mode. So if this is check mode, then please uncheck this one and click on finish. Then our Java libraries are already input to that project. Let's input our Selenium jars. Then go to right click, go to build path, configure build, then go to class path, add external jars. So last time we already select, so it automatically open the file location. Go to that file location, open all the jars except the library. Then again add external jars, go to library, add all the jars. Then click on apply and close. See, just refresh once. All reference libraries are included in my project. So now we will start writing our program. Go to src, create new class. I am just creating a new class. So automation practice. I'll use main method. Click on finish. See, my class is ready. So I will write program now. So first we need to open Chrome using our program. So last time also we saw that how to open Chrome. System dot set properties, sorry, set property, not properties, it's property. Then we are using Chrome driver. So WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. Then here it is string value for that path where we stored our Chrome driver. Go to that path. Selenium files we have saved here, browser driver. So this is the driver. Let me copy this one. This is the .exe file. So let's put here .exe. So in Java, it is taking 2 backward slash or 1 forward slash. It will not take 1 backward slash because some programs support that. So it will not take 1 forward slash. So there are 2. Okay. Then our WebDriver is setup is done. Sorry, browser driver setup is done. Then we need to open our Chrome driver. New driver. Here we need to import WebDriver and also import Chrome driver. See, OpenQA Selenium WebDriver is imported. OpenQA Selenium Chrome driver is in this program. So now driver object is created. Driver is pointing to the web page. Okay, then we'll maximize the web page. Means our browser manage dot window dot maximize. So we maximize our browser. Then we'll write a code to load that web page that we need to automate. So get string URL, then in string URL, what is that site name that we need to open? HTTPS automation practice.com. Then we automate to open the browser. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. We automate, then we'll driver dot quit. Let's check if it is opening our automationpractice.com or not. So we have learned one more thing, thread dot sleep. So 3 seconds. So it is taking milliseconds. So I'm putting here 3 milliseconds, 3000 milliseconds. So add throws declaration because it throws an exception, interrupted exception. So exception I'm using. Let's run. Okay. Okay. Maximize the window. Then automationpractice.com. Okay. We are going to the right page. So it closes. So now we need to automate all the things. We need to do whatever we have done earlier, like click on sign in page, then register ourselves. So we'll do using automation. So now we'll write the code here. So how to click on this sign on button? So there is something that we need to write in our program that will automatically come here and identify this element in this web page and click on this sign on button. So how to do that? So just go to that web element, right click on it, go to inspect. Okay, in inspect you can find sign in button. So I found this is the sign on button link and code, HTML code. So here you can see class href, then relation. This is the HTML code. Sign in. So we can use either ID. Let me copy this one. Copy element. Put it. So class, here class is login, title, sign in button. So you can use class ID, any of the unique identifier. So here we are going to use the XPath. What is XPath? That I will tell you later. So here you can go right click on that one, copy the full XPath, then we'll identify that element. Okay, driver dot. To identify that element, we need to write find element by. So find element method is a method of web element class, and it will find your element in the web page. So the code syntax is by dot through its XPath, or you can say ID, anything that you need, class name. Okay, so we copied our XPath. So what is the benefit of using XPath and ID, class name? That I will tell you later. Okay, so here I use find element by XPath. Then we need to click on that button. So I just type click. There is a inbuilt method that has been imported. So now we click our sign on link. Let's check out. Just run it. It loaded the page. Click on sign on. Okay, it's sign on to the page. Then it closes. Okay, then after sign in, this page is opening, right? We need to put a email address. If you are not putting an email address and just clicking on create, then it will ask you to put a email address. So we'll put an email address over here, something, that's something at the rate something.com. Okay, so we'll put something in the email box. So again inspect this element. This is the input. So we need to input something over here. Here you can see type text data ID. So ID is present over here. So I'll use ID here. Same driver dot find element by dot ID. I copied that ID. Then dot. So there is a method to input something in the input box. Send keys. This is the character sequence that requires. You can see over here character sequence. So I'll put abcd dot abcd at the rate xyz.com. Okay, then what we need to do? Click on create an account. So inspect that. Inspect. Then copy the XPath, or you can use ID or something. So copy the XPath. Inspect. Copy full XPath. I'll tell you what is the difference of using ID, class name, and XPath, then relative path, absolute path, all the things we will discuss, no worry. Fine. So we need to find that element by XPath. Using XPath, we need to find that element. I find out that one, then dot, it is click. So it clicked on that link. Then run it. It opens my page. Then click on sign up. Then create an account. Okay. So we move to this page. Now we need to fill all the details over here. Okay. Then what we need to do? So to load a web page, you need to wait some time so that it will fully loaded. So let me put a thread.sleep over here. Okay. So let me. So one more thing, this thread.sleep, this is not recommended to use in our program, and in our projects also we are not using thread.sleep. We are using implicit and explicit wait methods. So I will discuss that as well. For today's session, I just giving a brief idea of how to automate a web page. So I'm using this one for your understanding. So while doing a project, we'll do that. We'll use our explicit and implicit weights, and we'll discuss about that. No worry. So now this is the checkbox. Sorry, this is the radio button. So either you will click this or this. So let me inspect this one. See, type is radio, input radio, then ID is there, name is there, value is there. So you can use either ID, name, or you can use XPath. So let me use ID over here. So driver dot find element by dot ID, then dot click. We need to click. We don't need to send anything to that element. This is not input, means we need not to input anything. We just click the radio button. So we click that one, then inspect this first name. First name is there. I copied. Let me copy the full XPath. Dot find element by dot XPath, and I copied the XPath dot send key. Argument is something. So I put ABCD over here. Then our next element is last name. Inspect that. copy the XPath, full XPath, driver. Don't use copy paste, means don't copy this code and again paste it and only change the XPath. Don't do that in initial stage, because you need to understand how to write the program. So for better practice, in starting stages, you need better you write the code by your own so that you'll remember all the things. And keys, then PQRS. Okay, last name is set, first name, last name is set. Then email is already imported from last page, so we need not to worry about that. Then password. Go to password. Then copy the XPath. Then driver dot find element by dot XPath dot send keys. We need to send some characters. So let me abc at the rate pqrs. So this is the username password field is done. Then first name, sorry, password is done. Then come to the next. So these are date of birth is drop down, right? So we need to select a value. So how to handle the drop down? So there are different types of drop down that is currently being used by different websites. Okay, I'll give you a brief idea on that in another video. So for now we can handle this type of drop down in our program. So just right click on this one, go to inspect C. This is the select type. Select type, and there are some options available. So this is the normal drop down that is being used by this site. So we need to automate this one. So what we need to do, same thing, something different to the original thing, because we need to find out the element by our find element. So driver dot find element by dot XPath. I will copy the XPath of that location. Or you can say you can copy the ID. ID is over here. So let me copy the ID. It should be in the double quote. Okay. So this is the, so I have already told you find element is returning a web element. So let me store this. So this is dash dash in a web element. Web element, we need to import web element org openqa.selenium. So it is imported C. Okay, so we store that in a web element. So we find out that location in the web page. It finds this location of the web page. Then we need to click on that one. So select something. So there is a class select. Let me dash equal to new select. I will pass dash, this one, this web element into this one. So select, again we need to import select, OpenQA Selenium support UI. So we imported Selenium. Now we need to select one value. So we have find out this element, we come to this path and we need to select. Okay, how I can select? So there are many methods. See, select underscore days dot. See, there are deselect option, there are select option, select by index, select by value, select by visible text. So index, value, visible text, how you can find? See, in the code itself, select value is there, index you can you know that the index is starting from 0, so this is the 0th index, so this is the 0th index, 1 2 3 4, this is the index value, 0 to up to the number of elements is present. Then visible text, this is the visible text, 1 2 3, this is the visible text. Okay, so we can use any of the options. So let me use the value test dot value, sorry, select by value, this is again string value, so I'll use suppose 5. Then again this is the, we have selected the date, then we'll select the month, then we'll select the year. So again same thing, inspect, this is also a select, then you can see the values are here and I will copy the export. So to short the video, let me copy this one as well. So this will be our month. ID is month. So I will put here month. Then select month. Guys, again, this is not the best practice. You must write the code by yourself. Okay. Don't use copy paste. Just to make you understand, I am copy pasting these things. So select by value. Again, let me check. Select month. Then select month. This is month, month, month. Then I will select any 8, I think. I'll take 8 or 7, anything you want to take you can take. And again for the year we need to write, so let me do this here. Go to inspect element, id is years, let me copy that, put it over here, then select year, here the value that is moved from here to here. Then this is select by value, so value is like 2010 2009 2022, so I will select any value 2000. Okay, so 2000 is there or not, just check. 2000 is there, so it will select your drop down. So let's do a simple test whether it is working fine or not, or if you are getting any error. Open the web browser. go to sign in, create account. So it is working fine. We have selected 5th July, 5th, 7 is July, then 2000. So it is working fine up to this. So our code is running as per our instructions, the program. Then we'll select these checkboxes. So same like radio box, this we need to click. So ID is there. I copied ID for that checkbox. I'll use driver dot find element. So please remember this, that find element method returns web element type. The return type is web element dot ID we have selected, right? Then dot we need to click. Then I'm just clicking one, not clicking the another one. So do it there. Then first name, last name, it should be copied. If you write here, see, okay, right here, and password, then see, it copies my first name, last name from first panel to next panel. So we need not to put this name. So next is country. Inspect the country. Country ID is company. Sorry, it's not country, it's company. So company ID is company. So driver dot find by dot id, then dot, we need not to click, we need to send something. So send keys. Suppose my company is ABCD XYZ. Okay, I have sent. Then company address, inspect, same thing. Let me copy the X path over here. Then driver dot we need to send keys. So this is something, address is JKLM. Okay, then address line 2, that is not mandatory, so leave that part. If you want to code, then you can code as well, but I am leaving this part to make it short. Then city, inspect again. So city, copy XPath, copy full XPath. Then driver dot find by dot XPath dot send keys. So I am saying ASDF. Then state, again state is drop down. So come here, inspect. Is it the same drop down that we are using? Yes. Select is there, option value, and the visible text is there. So we need to use the same code. Let me use the same code over here. Web elements. So this is our state. So let me copy any of the thing. ID state. So ID is ID state. Select state. So this is the this name I have given as per my convenience. You can give as per your convenience, because this is not a hard coded thing. you just need to remember, means to identify any element in the program, you need to give a naming convention kind of thing. So you can give your name like select state or select or s, any of the name. Here state I am putting, then select state, select by value we use. So let me use select by name here, or select by visible text here. Okay, dot select by visible text here. Then zip code. So let's check if this is working. So sorry, postal code should be in number, and it should be a 5-digit number, because the state in USA country, the country is USA. You need not to automate this because it's already selected USA. So automate this one, the postal code, inspect. I copy a full X path, then driver dot find elements by dot X path dot send keys. We need to input something, so I'll send 5 number digit. Then United State is already selected, so we need not to select that. Additional information, that is not required. Home phone number, that is also not required, so ignore those things as of now, because we have already automated this type of things. Then mobile phone number, inspect, copy the X path, then driver dot find element by dot X path. No, I'm using different XPath ID. I'm using different uh, selectors to select the web elements, but you can use any one of them, and we'll discuss what we need to use and what is the best in which case. So let me put a phone number, then address is my address. It is already there, so we need not to write anything. So our page is ready. Then we need to click on register button. So inspect that register button. This is the path. Copy the full X path. Driver dot find element. Find that element by dot X path. Then click. So we think our program is ready to automate all the things over here. So we have automate our input boxes, then radio button, then our check boxes, then drop down and click on any button. So we have automate all these kind of things in this web page. So let's run our web page. Whether it is successful or not, we'll check. Okay, 5,000 over here to see our output properly. Let's run. It opens my store. automationpractice.com index.php, then click on sign up, then it clicked on email, then Mr. ABCD. So okay, then click on register. So registration is successful. See, registration is successful. So our program is ready. So this is the basic thing that I have given you, but this is not the way that we need to write the program. So we have I have only given you the basic syntax of how to find an element and write a program. In this video we just did hard coded program which is not a real-time scenario. My purpose was to make you understand how to automate different types of web elements in the web page. So hope you understand the basics now. Let's end this video now. Talk to you in my next video then. Take care.